up, guys? It is I, DPX. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, DPX Talks, for about an hour. Today is a very special episode, a spoiler talk, the second one in a row. We're talking about Cobra Kai Season 4 spoilers. Today I'm joined by someone who's in the last spoiler talk. So 2 episodes in a row. What's up, Gus?
Hello, I am back.
As well as Squid that's not your name. Anthonator The Squidman. What's up?
Hey, everyone. Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. And ML appearing on this podcast for the second time. What's up, ML?
Hello. Doing good.
Today we're just gonna be talking about Cobra Kai Season 4 spoilers. All right, if you're if you haven't watched the show, I don't know what you're doing here, to be honest, unless you're here to drop a like, and if that's the case, thanks. But if you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you leave, like, right now. Other than that, Cobra Kai Season 4 this was it was probably my most anticipated season of any show, at least for a while, because, like, good there, Gus?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's just because I binged all the first 3 seasons when they because Season 4 wasn't out yet, and then I was just like, I want more, bro. So, like, yeah, we Season 4, I was heavily anticipating it. I did a review if you want to check that out, but I guess overall, we'll give our overall thoughts, and then we'll get more into spoilers, and then we'll go into our predictions for Season 5, I guess. Overall, I thought the season was probably the best in the show. It had, like, it was the most focused, and had really nice arcs for certain characters, and yeah. Squid Warrior, what did you think about the season overall? Or that's not your Squid. I'm calling you Squid. Fuck it.
Yeah, listen, feel free to still call me Squid. I mean, it's still my new name, so yeah, feel free to call me that. But overall, I'd say Season 4 was a great season. It's kind of hard for me to decide which is better, Season 3 or this season. I would say overall, Season 4 was a really good season, I think.
Yeah, Emma, what are your thoughts on Season 4 overall?
I really liked it. Again, same with you. I think it was like one of the most anticipated seasons because, I started with Season 3. I think I was like the same both with you, or I started like watching Season 3 and I worked my way up, and then like I waited for Season 4. So my thoughts on it is I thought it was really good. I really liked the bond between Daniel and Miguel. And the ending I was actually pretty surprised about. Well, Miguel wasn't, going to be the champion. It was actually Hawk that took me by surprise. And Hawk had, also a big change in his character, which I thought was really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gus, what were your thoughts overall of the season?
Just like the both of you guys, I also started during Season 3. Literally was watching this show in church pews, like, not during church, I'll clarify, but like before church. That's how, like, addicted I was to this show. I finished it in less than like 24 hours.
And you finished the whole thing in less than 24 hours?
Yeah, the first 3 seasons I finished in like maybe 22 to maybe like 26 hours in total, like in a day. Like, didn't stop. Like, bathroom breaks only. Yeah, so I was really hyped for this season, and, this was, for a while I was debating whether I like this season or Season 2 more, but then after rewatching some seasons, this was definitely so good. I love how they spanned the tournament over 2 episodes. Like, yeah. It felt like the Cobra Kai movie in a way. Like, that was its own, like, whole thing. Like, it just leading up to this, like, big tournament again, like in the first season. That was, like, really exciting. And I'm really glad they like had Robbie come back as like a decent character. He's my favorite character personally, and it was good to see him as a mentor this season for Kenny, the new character. So Yeah, I really like this season a lot.
Yeah, so I guess we'll talk about we'll just get into spoilers because that's what we're supposed to be doing here. Where to begin? First of all, I liked I don't know, just seeing interactions between Daniel and Miguel, and then Johnny and Sam was a very nice, like, you know, a fresh new, what's the word, twist, I guess. That was nice to see. I really liked Hawk's arc. He had what I call a double arc, if you know what I mean. Because it was really kind of like by the end of season 3 he had an arc, but he had another arc in this season, and I think it was really good. And yeah, that was a surprise. I was not expecting him to win the tournament. Yeah, there was there's also the addition of the girls tournament, which I thought was a neat addition. You got Tori and Sam have their fight. That was a little like Tori was probably a stronger point of this season. She was always kind of like an iffy character because, like, you know, in season 3 she was like kind of this mean girl against Sam for no real reason. But in this season, I feel like we kind of know a little more about her and kind of feel bad for her as well. And I think she's actually going to join, or she's going to turn against Cobra Kai in one of the later seasons. So that's interesting. And the stuff with Miguel and him going to find his father is interesting as well. I thought we would get to that later on, though, since that's sort of at the end. But, yeah, I also thought the addition of, you know, showing a little more of Anthony LaRusso was interesting. He was always just that little...
I definitely agree.
Yeah, he was always just that little fucking annoying shit that's, like, spoiled and just... But now we get to... He's a bit more of a character now, so, yeah, and the little twist with him being, the bully. You know the video, you know the popular video, Daniel LaRusso is the real bully? You know that? It's
I think I might have heard of this.
They actually referenced it in this season when Daniel and Amanda are at the principal's office and the principal goes, Anthony LaRusso has been a real bully this year. That was a reference to that video. So yeah, I don't want to be talking the whole time though. So we'll start with Gus. Some of your spoilery thoughts, like certain things that happened.
So I really liked both of the training montages between Johnny and Daniel. Like how you know, Johnny was showing Daniel Eagle Fang and Daniel was showing Johnny like Miyagi-Do. I really liked how they tried like bonding and like interacting that way because, you know, we've kind of been waiting for this. You know, season 3 ended on that cliffhanger of, oh, they're finally gonna be like this team.
Yeah.
And
your audio's cutting out.
And
maybe
you see they're on separate teams, so it kind of... Oh, my bad. It's good to see that, like, interaction between them. Hello?
Yeah, I think that was a problem on my end, because everyone just froze for me, so, so, I'm sorry, can you kind of repeat that?
No, it was just cool. It was just cool to see Daniel and Johnny interact this season. Like, you know, finally, after the cliffhanger, and then, what else I'm trying to say? I like I like Kenny's character a lot, actually, this season. He's kind of like, it's kind of like reverse roles by the end of the show. Like, you know, he's getting bullied and Anthony's bullying him. And, by the end of the show, he's in the locker room with Anthony, and Anthony's trying to apologize to him. And, you know, what Kenny does? Just beats the shit out of him. And he's like, yeah, I can't wait to see you in high school next year. And, like, it's kind of crazy. So I don't know what they're going to do with Anthony next season. I don't know if he's going to decide to take karate classes and with his father and Johnny maybe, but we'll see. It's definitely something interesting, and I also like I was saying before, Robbie's character is finally not in juvie and like locked up somewhere. He's finally back, and it was good. It was like something. It was finally something. It was something different to see him in Cobra Kai last season, like when he was revealed, like, oh, I'm joining Cobra Kai with Kreese, and like Johnny saw him and he's like, why are you doing this? So it was cool to see him on a different team, and I really like his interactions with all the different characters, and even Tori this season. I think are starting to have a relationship too, so that's interesting. And I think also, speaking of Tori, that after the fight they had in the tournament, I think they're gonna have like a friendship season possibly, because she kind of felt like bad for a lot of things during the fight, and after she realized the fight was rigged, I feel like she felt like she didn't deserve the win. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that was interesting how they they show Terry Silver, we should talk about it in a bit, but Terry Silver will
oh yeah,
go to some incredible lengths just to get what he wants. And when you're watching the fight and you see or you hear everyone's frozen for me. What the fuck's going on? I don't know if you heard me, but if you're watching the fight and you hear Silver say this ref is not going to end this match on a technicality, after seeing the end of that episode, that line kind of has a double meaning, so I thought that was interesting. Let's see, what else is there?
I did notice that on a rewatch as well. I rewatched that the last two episodes, and I was like, oh wow, that does have a double meaning. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. ML, any specific spoilery points you want to bring up?
I really liked how I guess you already mentioned how Anthony is the bully, how it's kind of a twist on things, because it's usually Samantha, she was she was I guess she was bullied. Yeah, she was bullied at points, a lot of times, especially by Tori.
I don't know if I can really call that bullying. It seems more like a rivalry, but I guess how you can. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
It's fine. Also, I'm interested to see what becomes of Miguel and Johnny, because Johnny is actually gonna go find Miguel to find his real father. Mm-hmm. Apparently, so I'm wondering how that's gonna go. Yeah. And if Tori was staying, Cobra Kai, or she would change things, actually have a friendship with Tori, kind of what I guess kind of what Aisha did. Actually, never mind, not that. It was also good to see Aisha again.
Yeah, that was cool when she came back.
In all season 3.
Yeah.
So that was good. Anything else?
Stingray came back as well.
Yeah, Stingray. I think he was absent all season 3 as well.
Yeah, he was on probation last season.
Top 3 favorite characters.
Yeah, Stingray. I originally didn't like Stingray because I don't know. I felt he was out of place, but then upon rewatch, I realized that actually this is fucking hilarious. Stingray. And yeah, he actually becomes very important to the story in a way.
Mm-hmm. So I keep going. I'm interested to see where also Robbie goes, because will he go back with his father, or would he have a friendship with Miguel? Maybe it's he, since at the end when he sees what Kenny has become, mm-hmm. This violent person.
Yeah,
he feels remorse to Johnny. He's saying he's he's fucked up everything. So curious to see which route he would take. Would he try to destroy Cobra Kai, try to take down everything, or would he try I guess like reform it into something better, which I doubt. I think he would just take it down with it. So I think that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I think Robbie's done with Cobra Kai. I don't think he's going back there. We'll get into that in a bit. Squid, any non-spoiler? What the fuck? Any spoilery certain spoilery things you want to mention?
Yeah. So well, I would say I think it was kind of interesting how like Terry became significant and made a big comeback. I also like how they did bring back some flashbacks with Kreese and Terry from like when they were in Vietnam together and when they were starting Cobra Kai and kind of how they started to go their separate ways. I kind of like how like Daniel and Johnny were kind of teaching each other in a way of how to train both. Yeah. But the thing that kind of disappointed me, I feel like the episode where like they actually fought and then like after finding out what Cobra Kai did to Hawk by taking his hair out, and then basically where Johnny and Daniel decide to split again, that kind of disappointed me a little. But I guess it was kind of for the better. And really, I think like with the final episodes, with the actual showdown, some of the fights kind of came to me in surprise. I mean, like for example, like Sam unfortunately did not get Tori back for what she deserves. But again, like Tori's a character where you start feeling bad for in this season, and then like Robbie, I kind of like how he was more of a significant role and he was trying to make up for his wrongdoings. But like no surprise that he did end up defeating some of the other teams fighters. So I think it was good that like Hawk kind of wins in that division, like how like Hawk ended up winning and defeating him. And then like in the part where like Kenny gets Anthony back at the end, I kind of feel like in a way Anthony LaRusso gets what he deserves. And it came to my surprise on how Robbie was like, hey, that's not how we train. And then like Kenny like sticking for himself is like, well, this is Cobra Kai. There's no mercy, Like that was kind of cool, I think. And again, another character that I'm starting to feel bad for, even though he's technically the bad guy, is Kreese. Like Kreese basically got arrested for nothing because Terry forced Stingray to blame Kreese for beating him up and taking him to a hospital, And then so like I definitely feel bad for Kreese, and honestly I feel like Terry is more of a jerk than Kreese has ever been. And then and I also feel bad for Miguel, where like now Miguel wants to go to Mexico and find his real father, and Johnny must find him. And I'm really hoping like in season 5 like something works out for Miguel where he ends up wanting to come back home and rejoin karate. And I'm also predicting for the next season, hopefully that both Robbie and Tori maybe start becoming good and they join the other teams and start rivaling Cobra Kai, to make up for what they did.
Yeah. There's a lot that could happen next season. I think as Johnny's trying to find Miguel, I think Robbie's actually going to go with him so they can have we can get a season where Robbie and Johnny are like father and son. Also, there have been some set photos of them together in Mexico, so that might be
awesome.
Yeah, so they probably started filming already, definitely.
No, they finished shooting season 5.
Yeah, season 5 is done shooting, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's really like when it comes out, it can come out like I'm thinking August or September.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hopefully we don't have to do the entire year this time,
Yeah.
Something I want to add.
What's up?
So while I guess like Robbie and Johnny trying to trying to find Miguel in was a season 5. Daniel and Chosen, who was at the end of, who's revealed to be at the end of, was it season 4,
yeah.
will help train to help to fight Terry Silver, who's just now like running Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that was big when Chosen showed up, because now it's like, now like they can Daniel can teach some darker tricks of Miyagi-Do to the students, and
I guess like the chi blocking.
Yeah,
I don't know what's called in Cobra Kai, but I'm just calling it chi blocking because that's what it's called in like Avatar. But I'm pretty sure, or like the pressure point technique in Cobra Kai.
Miyagi-Do pressure points, I think it's called. One interesting thing that I'm actually curious of, and here's how I think this is gonna go. So, Chosen is helping Daniel, right? Johnny is out trying to find Miguel. That leaves the Eagle Fang students with no sensei. So I think they will. I think they're gonna join Miyagi-Do, and that's gonna be like Daniel and Johnny finally for sure teaming up. So that's 3 senseis for Miyagi-Do, but or Miyagi Fang.
I agree, because that's basically the right thing to do for them,
Yeah. I think we gotta talk about Terry Silver. I liked how he was like, he's kind of like a contrast to Kreese in a way. It was established that once Kreese lost the dojo, he hit rock bottom, and he never really got back up. But when Terry lost the dojo, at the end of Karate Kid 3, he hit rock bottom, but he was able to build himself back up. So I like that sort of like, contrast, and we see that excuse me, we see that Terry is a lot more of a doozy than Kreese is, and I think in season 5 they're gonna bring back Mike Barnes. I think he's like the one character from the original films that they haven't brought back yet, cause like there are 2 hints at him. There's the one time where like Amanda asks Daniel like, "Hey, is there any other Cobra Kai guys from your past?" And then Daniel's like, "No, actually, I don't know, maybe." And then at the end where Kreese gets arrested, Terry's like, "Don't worry, I'll call up a few a guy or 2 to help when you're gone." So yeah, I think that's interesting. Okay, good. So yeah, thoughts on I don't know, just thoughts on Terry Silver.
I like who like you can go first, Gus. I mean, yeah, go.
No, it's okay. You can go first, ML. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like how Terry Silver was kind of reluctant to go back into Cobra Kai because of what happened last time. He's like, aside from into the shitter last time, like he tried like to go up against I guess Miyagi and at this point like Miyagi-Do. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was like kind of interesting, and like Kreese just played like he uses like his mind games or use like his I guess like not really manipulating, but like I guess it is like manipulating to bring him back in. And then like I guess like episode 2 he comes back in, and he's like I got also like more more brutal than Kreese, or he fights even like more dirty.
Yeah, like he pays off the ref. Like Kreese would never do that.
Yeah, and he also beats the shit out of Stingray and say Johnny did it. I mean say Kreese did it. Yeah.
Yeah, that
so
was
definitely like a moment.
That was a unique twist. Yeah, about like Anthony LaRusso and Kenny, I thought that was it. I've heard like many people say this sort of subplot was like a remake of the first Karate Kid film, except the LaRusso is the bully, and the Cobra Kai student is the LaRusso, and yeah, I think what's gonna happen is Anthony is gonna join Miyagi-Do. But what else I think is gonna happen that I don't think I've heard anyone say is remember in season 3 where Kyler and all the other bullies joined Cobra Kai, and then what's his face, Hawk was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be here actually. Well, I think in
you gonna bring back the brother?
what was that?
Are you need? Never mind. You keep going.
What I think is going to happen is like the bullies that were friends with Anthony LaRusso are going to join Cobra Kai, and then Kenny's going to be like, oh, yeah, these kids aren't really that cool, you know, or whatever, and then he makes up with Anthony and joins Miyagi-Do, or that's what I think is going to happen, because I feel like they've written Kenny to be a little redeemable, you know. So yeah, there's a lot that goes on in this season. What else is there to say? Like the scene with Robbie and Johnny when they like make up, that was a very emotional scene, I would say.
Yeah, agreed.
And oh yeah, the prom episode. I remember watching the fight, and I was like, okay, someone's going in that pool, and everyone went in that pool. So yeah, that was cool. I don't know if there's too much to say on that one really though, but oh yeah, but back to like Anthony, I liked how it was. Daniel took his tablet and fucking just broke it in half, and then yelled quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, you go. I've been talking.
That was the most tragic scene in the show.
Yeah, it's a little abusive if I'm gonna be honest, breaking someone's electronics, but
I thought it was very reminiscent to Johnny. It was very funny how he has like that one Johnny trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Sam in this season? Because a lot of people like dislike her.
yeah,
Like,
Actually,
she's like
yeah,
I
I fucking hate Sam, and I actually enjoyed her this season. She wasn't that bad. But I dislike Sam the same way I dislike Tori, and I both thought they were very I liked them both this season a lot more than I liked them prior seasons. So
yeah. Here's the thing about Sam. I thought like a lot of the reason a lot of people didn't like her was kind of just because she's just a teenager that makes mistakes. I guess they made her make like more egregious mistakes than anyone else. But I feel like in this season they're like, oh, you think she's not a nice person? Oh no, we can make her a not nice person. And then they did.
Yeah.
Did anyone else like remember that scene at the end of like I don't remember what episode it was, but where Tori got back to the school and then Sam went up to her and was like, "I'm coming for you, bitch."
bitch, yeah.
Yeah. Did anyone else watching that scene feel like that scene seemed like a hallucination? I didn't think that scene was real until the episode ended.
Possibly. I mean, the reason why she said that and is the same. If you remember from season 2, she said it in over the intercom. So now that you say it, it could have been like.
No, I don't think it was a hallucination because there would. If there was,
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, if there was, there would have been like a moment of like waking up, you know. But I don't know. It just didn't feel like a real scene. It just felt like a hallucination. But that was just something I wanted to say.
Also,
yeah.
I guess something I'd like to say is I like how Miguel was using more Miyagi techniques and Sam was using more, I guess, Eagle Fang techniques by being more aggressive. and Miguel being, I guess, having more, I don't know, with the like being a lot more on defensive.
Yeah.
In a way, Miguel is like the a young is like a younger Danny LaRusso. So
Yeah, he's like a younger like mix of like Daniel and Johnny, I'd say. Like even before the season, he had a lot in common with Daniel. So I think they kind of leaned into that in this season.
yeah, it kind of represents a balance between the two.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. What else is there. Oh yeah, let's talk about Kreese for a bit. Like Squid, you mentioned how you kind of felt bad for him when he got arrested, but like I feel like there's a lot more on that. Like Kreese kind of had a bit of an arc this season. Like he didn't like last season. He didn't really have much of an arc. We just learned a lot more about him. This season he had an arc where he shows mercy. You know, he shows mercy to Johnny and tells Tori to play by the rules and do what she wants.
Like play her own fight.
Yeah. So Terry actually like frames Kreese and gets him arrested. Now Kreese being arrested was kind of a long time coming, but like obviously not like he shouldn't have been arrested for this, you know, because he didn't do anything. Now I don't think he's done. This isn't the last of Kreese we'll be seeing, I don't think, but I don't know. What do you think he's gonna do? I don't think he's teaming back up with Silver, because like, would you want to team up with someone who just got you arrested? But but I'm not quite sure where he goes next, because like it's unlike Kreese to like, you know, not show up again. But then again, like, what would he do? Join Miyagi-Do? Having 4 senseis now? Or does he rejoin Johnny with Eagle Fang? And Johnny's like, oh yeah, you can join me. Like, I don't know. What's up?
Well, John's gonna be in Mexico, so I doubt it.
Yeah, but like, he's not gonna be in Mexico for the rest of the show. You know, like there's like. Season 5 like is not the last season, because I've heard that the writers have a story planned out for at least 6 seasons. So at least there's gonna be like a 6th season. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, what do you think happens with Kreese next? I'll start with you, Squid.
Well, I'm going to say Kreese is probably going to somehow break out of jail, like how Robbie did, probably. And, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's going to just start a new show, or if he's going to team up with another one, you know? Like, he should... Like, the smart thing would be that he does not rejoin with Terry, because Terry is obviously a jerk, you know? So, I don't know exactly what his, like, fate is going to be with the karate dojo. But all I'm gonna say is hopefully he manages to like maybe get out of jail, whether he gets bailed out or like he breaks free somehow, knowing him. But yeah, I think it's tough for me to decide like with karate what's gonna happen next with him.
Yeah. Well, I think he is gonna get out of jail. I think what's gonna happen eventually is Stingray will come clean and tell the truth, and then Tori will also come clean and say that I think what like Tori and Sam will eventually start getting along, because Tori's gonna go up to Sam and say like, I found Sensei Silver paying off the ref so I can win, and yeah, but like I don't know what happens with Kreese after he leaves prison, you know. One thing I want to see after Kreese breaks out of prison, and I think we're going to see this, a fight between Kreese and Silver. That's a fight I want to see. Although I think Silver would probably whoop his ass, but that would still be really cool.
Yeah.
ML, what are your thoughts on, what do you think what happens with Kreese after this?
I think he is just gonna go try to kick Terry with this. Like, like he's just gonna like try to get revenge on him, and I think he'll just like probably maybe like go back into hiding like after that. I'm not really too sure like what he'll do after coming back at Terry's server. I doubt like he'll go back to Miyagi-Do, Eagle Fang, or whatever, because he's like fucked up like with all of them. So.
Gus, what do you think happens with Kreese after this?
So I was debating whether he was going to be in the next season or not, but I think he'll definitely show up next season. I hope he doesn't get the Robbie treatment where he's just like in jail for most of the freaking season, but I highly doubt they're going to do that with him. I don't know how he's going to come back, but he is going to come back. And as for where he goes after jail, if that happens, I can see maybe Johnny and Kreese maybe teaming up and forming a dojo with maybe Robbie and Miguel and like a couple other students. Maybe
Robbie and Miguel being on the same team would be interesting.
It would be interesting.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, they would be separate too.
But I feel like, they're both kind of like a father figure to both Johnny and I guess in a way Kreese, even though Robbie kind of sees through Kreese a bit now, even though he kind of opened up to Johnny at the end of the episode saying like, this could have been you, me, and your son having a dojo together. And like Johnny's like, oh, well, you're like evil. Well, I know this is not exactly what he says, but he's like, well, we're gonna win this no matter what you say, essentially. And but I don't know. That's something
I like that line. Sorry.
Cobra Kai will die. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And I also think, Robbie being my favorite character, I wonder how he's gonna feel when he just like opened up to his dad saying like how he feels. I wonder how he's gonna feel when he goes searching for Miguel, because he's gonna. You think he's gonna be offended by that? He's like, I just wanted to start like a relationship with you, and now you're going to look for someone who's not even your son, and it's gonna be I think that's interesting.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some back and forth between. Were you asking us what we think is gonna happen with that? The whole
yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about that. There are set photos of like Robbie and Johnny in Mexico, so like maybe that could just be Robbie being on set just for fun in Mexico, but so I do think that Robbie does help Johnny find Miguel, but what I think is gonna happen is like excuse me, some back and forth between them, and then later on when Johnny's about to leave, Robbie's like, I want to come with you. And later on, he's gonna actually apologize to Miguel for, putting him in a coma. Yeah. And I think Miguel's gonna forgive him. One interesting thing that I don't know if you realize, but if Johnny and Carmen get married, then that makes Robbie and Miguel stepbrothers.
Stepbrothers.
Bro.
Yeah. So yeah,
Alright.
So yeah, what else is there? I think I think Robbie is done with Cobra Kai. I think sooner, I think within the next season, Tori's gonna leave Cobra Kai, cause like, really like the only adult she really like had to like mentor her was Kreese, and now he's gone, and I don't think she feels the same way about Terry Silver. So like, I don't know, like, and then now she knows like the secret of how she really won. So, yeah,
well, possibly.
What was that?
Well, who knows? Maybe if my theory's correct, with maybe Johnny and Kreese finally teaming up, maybe she'll join that team. I don't know, or maybe she might decide to join Miyagi-Do because I can't think of her name, but Mrs. LaRusso, I guess we'll call her.
Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda. Yes,
Yeah.
she tried helping her throughout the season. Like in the first episode, she was like, "You better back off my daughter. Like, if you hurt her, I'm gonna press charges and shit." And then she wound up getting her fired, and she definitely like felt bad about that. And then when Kreese came up to her in the store and she learned about what happened, and she was trying to help her, and Tori was saying like how she didn't need help. You can see throughout the season, like I kind of like the show's very this is not like a negative, but the show's like very predictable in a way. So you can kind of see how like I could tell like towards the end of the season they were going to start to bond more. I didn't expect Tori to come to their house to talk, but I guess I'm getting a little off topic. But yeah, so it's definitely cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, that I also really like that too. Like Amanda kind of helping Tori out a little bit. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know what I was about to say. Yeah. Aisha made a nice little appearance. That was an interesting scene though, because like when she told Sam to like set her own terms. Sam took got the wrong message from that basically. So I thought that was interesting. That was a little excuse me. That was a little confusing at first as well, and then I later on realized what the fuck had happened, because like it was that same hallucination looking scene where I was like, wait, didn't you just fucking have a talk about how you shouldn't do this? I don't know. Whatever. I guess this was the season of Dark Sam, and everybody is all frozen now. Y'all good? Y'all there? Is it my problem?
Yeah. It might be your problem.
Okay, yeah, I think it is my problem, but everyone's unfrozen now.
Yeah.
Everyone's frozen again. Now what the fuck is going on? Whatever. Maybe I just gotta do nothing. There's nothing I can really do. But, it's alright, we're good. You guys can hear me, right?
Correct.
Alright, unpause. And go. We're all unfrozen. Yeah, oh, anything, what else, happened? There's, a lot happened here, let's see,
Yeah, I was surprised they were able to focus on, a lot of things this season. There were so many different arcs. So,
yeah.
There is a lot that happened this season.
Kreese and, Hawk specifically had arcs, and Daniel and Johnny had an arc as well. I'm not gonna say they had two different arcs, because their arc in this season was kind of the Daniel and Johnny arc, not the Daniel arc and the Johnny arc. It was the Daniel and Johnny arc. One thing I noticed with I didn't really like how Daniel and Johnny decided to break apart again. But then I realized it was once Terry showed up. Terry threw them off balance. Bada boom. So yeah, that was a very interesting. Oh yeah, wanna know one of by far one of the funniest sequences of this entire show? And I don't think you guys can argue with that, because this was so funny. Was when Johnny was
If it's what I think it is.
It might be when Johnny was trying to recruit girls for Eagle Fang.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god,
yeah,
that was so funny.
That was hilarious too.
It's so funny.
I thought
Johnny Johnny
Go ahead,
actually
go
just
ahead.
doesn't know how to talk to girls, and not in not in the sense that he has no game. It's he doesn't know modern political correctness, so he literally doesn't know how to talk to girls. It's so funny.
It's like he's stuck in the 80s.
Wait, say that again? Because
It's like he's stuck in the 80s.
yeah, he's stuck in the 80s. It's so funny.
I was gonna say
we should talk about funniest moments, maybe. I was gonna say that was hilarious. The one part where I think he's talking to the coach at one point. I forgot what he says, but the coach just gets freaked out when he says something.
He says like, that one looks good to me. I'm not sure about an approach though. Any advice?
That was fucking hilarious. And I was gonna say I think the
coach
funniest,
should have like called the cops though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, oh my gosh. But I think the funniest thing that happened this season was when Daniel and Johnny get into a fight, and you know, Johnny drunkenly tweets about it.
Oh yeah.
And there's a bunch of kids and roughing and the tie.
Yeah.
And they asked for the replay. And they replay it, and then Johnny's like, go from a different angle, and he's like, that's the only angle.
No, about the tweets, your audio kind of cut out, so I don't know if you said this or not, but about the tweets, I liked it when like Miguel and Sam were showing Dimitri and Hawk, and then I don't remember who said this, but it was like, wait, who does he think he's tweeting to? Miguel, you're his only follower. I thought that was funny.
Only follower.
Also, back to the part where he's like, sorry, you go, ML.
When he was trying to explain to Miguel that he's dating his mom, he literally looks up in Google how to tell his mom.
Yeah, that was fucking funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another funny thing that happened, I think possibly the funniest part, other than like the part at like the gym, the gymnasium, when he's like recruiting girls, was like when Moon, I think her name is, was like, yeah, we're going inside because some pervert was creeping on the track team. And Johnny's there like, oh, that's weird.
That's interesting. I wonder who it is.
Also, I like the new. I forgot her name, but like the really smart.
There's a new character.
Wait! I didn't really hear what you said.
I like the new addition to the girl who joined Eagle Fang, like the really smart one.
Devin.
I can't remember.
Devin.
Yeah, Devin. I thought she was like a really cool addition to like her Lewis tournament.
Yeah.
And
I thought Devin was a guy's name. I've never heard of a girl named Devin before, but whatever. Yeah, no, she was pretty cool. She didn't really get much screen time though. She was introduced in like one episode, and then shown a little more in the next episode, and then in the tournament, that was really it. That scene where she was like kicking everyone in the nuts was like, dude, that hurt me.
Yeah, that was funny. I remember that.
Like, dude, all of those kids just lost their fucking babies. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Also, what a cool scene that I really like that Hawk was in is when Kenny's in the bathroom, and he meets like Bert and Ernie, and
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie.
What's her name?
I don't remember I don't remember the other dude's name, but it wasn't Ernie. That's right. We can call him Bert and Ernie if we want. Why not? Oh no! Dimitri used that kid as like a system of measurement. I remember that one scene. I just don't remember his name.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he was like, "Please don't use me as a system of measurement." When they're at the. That was another funny scene. All right.
So Kenny, like that. I guess like Bert, like those kids were like making fun of him. The kids with who were like part of, like Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do.
Yeah.
And he strikes first, but then like Hawk comes in and like he grabs Kenny. He's like thinking about striking first, huh? Well, it's like one word by a scout. Cobra Kai was just about to go down. It's not gonna be pretty. I thought it was like a really cool scene.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I feel like that was kind of like Hawk kind of had the right idea, but like also not like. You know, I like the idea of him telling Kenny, like, no, don't join Cobra Kai. Trust me. Like, just don't. but like he handled it terribly, and that was the whole point. Another funny scene was excuse me, was when Johnny was training for his fight against Daniel. He was just like kicking the mailbox and just throwing that dude off his scooter and then breaking the scooter.
Yeah.
That was really funny. This is a funny show. I don't know how like Johnny, like not knowing modern day political correctness, like should honestly get him canceled, but like it's become a bit of a meme in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't really talk much about Daniel and Chosen. Chosen, I didn't really think was gonna ever reappear, cause
Me neither.
I'm really glad he played Disney.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm really glad he played. You go.
I saw theories that Chosen was gonna become like a more like prominent part of season 4, but then I was like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, his involvement in season 3 was really good, but I feel like he'd be overstaying his welcome if he just becomes someone in season 4. But he's in season 5 apparently now, and you know, I think it works. I think like I don't think he's overstaying his welcome because like they included him in a decent way, you know. If they just had him there, you know, that would be him overstaying his welcome. But ML, you let me continue speaking, but were you saying something about Daniel and Chosen?
Yeah, I really like how Chosen is backing because like Karate Kid, I think of all like the movies, Karate Kid Part 2 is still my favorite. You know, like when they're in Okinawa.
Yeah, that was
like everything about it. I really like I even like prefer over like the tournament, like in the Karate Kid Part 1 and Karate Kid Part 3.
Yeah,
like it's just more realistic.
Yeah, in a little side note, whenever they're in Okinawa, I think like it's always like better. Like I think the first Karate Kid's better than the second one, but like in season 3 when Daniel went to when Daniel went to Okinawa, I think that like those are some of the best episodes of the show. Yeah, little side point there. ML, did I cut you off there? Were you done, or you have anything else on Daniel and Chosen?
No, I was just like saying how Karate Kid Culture is my favorite.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty much. I wonder if they're gonna like, you know, teach the pressure point technique though.
I think they will.
Huh?
I think they will because Daniel. I'm sure Daniel called up Chosen to teach the Miyagi-Do students like more darker techniques, and the pressure point shit is pretty. That's something. That's something Daniel would not teach. And I think we're gonna learn some other dark Miyagi-Do magic. You know.
Especially since like if Terry is gonna like play like more dirty, he's gonna use more dirty like. So more like militant, I guess, like karate, because you know he's like a Vietnam veteran. So like we probably use like, you know, more like military like tactics or like militaristic, like, you know, I guess like karate he used.
Yeah.
So like that's what like taught, like when he was like fighting in Vietnam.
Yeah, I want to see a fight between Terry and Chosen.
That would be good.
Those I actually watched. Watch Mojo uploaded a list. I barely watched them, but this one kind of interested me. It was the top 20 best fighters in Cobra Kai, as in the show, not just the dojo, just anyone who's a fighter within the show, right? And number 2 they had Chosen, and number 1 they had Terry Silver, and upon thinking about it, I kind of agree with that. That they probably are the 2 best fighters. So see them fight would be interesting. Squid. Thoughts on Daniel and Chosen?
I mean, I know they had their rivalry, but yeah, I would say hopefully maybe in season 5, maybe Chosen can actually help Daniel get through with Cobra Kai, you know?
Yeah. Someone's getting texted.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that just don't know how to shut up ever, so I'm sorry about
It's
that.
alright. Gus, thoughts on Daniel and Chosen teaming up?
So I'm gonna be straightforward. At first, I had mixed feelings about the ending because I thought, so it ends the same way season 3 does. Another team up we have to wait another year for, and then after rewatching that episode, I'm like, this is pretty cool. We really didn't get a lot of Chosen in the last season, and actually, last we're gonna see of him. So it's gonna be cool to see what we're gonna to see what he's gonna do with Daniel.
Yeah. I think we're gonna wrap up soon, but I guess before we do that, we'll talk about predictions for season 5, just what we think we're gonna see. We did kind of talk about some things we thought are gonna happen in season 5, but we can talk more about them for a bit. Well, I think we're gonna see Daniel and Chosen teaching Miyagi-Do, and Terry Silver and Mike Barnes, who will come back, teaching Cobra Kai. Mike Barnes was the Cobra Kai student in Karate Kid 3. Karate Kid 3 is not that good of a film, if I'm gonna be honest. But if you don't know, remember in the flashbacks in season 3 where Daniel was talking about how like he almost lost to fear. In that flashback, he was fighting Mike Barnes. That's who he was fighting. So, yeah, I think he's gonna come back. And Johnny and Robbie are out looking for Miguel. And they're gonna. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We didn't really talk about the fact that Miguel's dad doesn't know that Miguel exists. That's interesting.
Exists, yeah.
And that could be dangerous. That could like
True.
like Miguel can possibly fucking die. Like,
I mean, Johnny's gonna be with like. I think Johnny's gonna be like with him like some point, so like he could like possibly protect him.
yeah. Yeah, no, like if I think what's gonna happen is like Miguel's gonna be in a situation where like he's about to die, and then Johnny comes and Robbie and saves them.
Yeah,
I think
they
it'd be
both on the door. And,
I think it'd even be like more powerful if it's really Robbie who saves Miguel, because after like throwing him off the railing, I think that would be a very nice scene showing you how Robbie has changed.
like they both on the door, like in Karate Kid Part 3.
Yeah.
When Miyagi comes and saves Daniel.
Yeah. Whoa! I was. We should have seen that again. Terry should have done that. Like, whoa! Whoa! Because it was him who did that in 3. But, yeah, any predictions? We'll start with you, Squid. Any predictions for season 5? They've finished shooting, so I think we'll see it sooner rather than later. But
Hopefully, yeah. So I'm gonna say release is hopefully like we don't have to wait like another full year like how we did for this season. I'm honestly hoping maybe like in the summer we get this season, but who knows? Knowing Netflix and Sony Pictures, but my predictions for season 5 are gonna be, well, I hope that maybe Johnny and Robbie do team up in finding Miguel in Mexico, and maybe somehow like Miguel ends up going back home with them, and like Miguel and Robbie hopefully become friends. I'm kind of hoping the same deal with Sam and Tori, where like Tori starts becoming nicer to her, and they like start becoming friends. And with Miguel, I mean not Miguel, Danny. Yeah, hopefully like Danny ends up making his dojo better.
sorry, the text.
Sorry again about that. Yeah, sorry again about the text. But yeah, so hopefully hopefully Daniel does hopefully like he gets better success with his dojo in season 5, and maybe like hopefully Johnny and him start becoming more friendly, and maybe they work better together than they did this season, hopefully. And for Kreese, as I said, like he's probably gonna find a way to escape jail and probably get back at everyone somehow.
Yeah, fucking a lot of bumping around's going on around me. That's what that noise was. So yeah, about the release date, we're definitely not waiting another year, because the reason why I took a full year was between season 3 and 4 was because season 3 came out and then they started shooting season 4. Season 4 finished shooting, was ready to release. They finished shooting season 5, and then season 4 released. So yeah, I think we're gonna see it at latest maybe November. That's what
I agree.
Yeah. At earliest August. I don't think we're seeing it in July. I don't think we're seeing it in June. Not May. I've heard some people saying maybe May. And hey, May is my birthday month, so that'll be a pretty cool birthday gift. But I don't think it's happening. So yeah. ML. Predictions for season 5.
Like the release date, or like in general.
I mean that too, but I also like what's gonna happen.
Chosen and Daniel teaming up. Miguel and Robbie. I mean Miguel and Johnny. Finding Miguel, and Miguel and Robbie hopefully becoming friends. And I guess the release date would be, I guess like midsummer or after summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Gus, any predictions for season 5?
I have a couple. I definitely think, as for new fighters, obviously Chosen's there. We have Anthony LaRusso, I think, who can be a new fighter. There's obviously some other characters. Like, I highly doubt we can see Moon as a fighter, but you never know. That'd be a really cool twist. Maybe she can fight her ex and she joins Miyagi-Do. That'd be a interesting fight. But as for other things, I would like that idea of both Johnny and Robbie going to save Miguel. But I do think there's still going to be conflict between Johnny, Miguel, and Robbie. But I think it's going to be interesting to see, and they're all going to realize that they all need each other in a way. And I don't know. There's a lot of questions to be answered, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking it's going to be an August release, in my opinion. Like, just before the summer ends.
Excuse me. Yeah, and also, I guess it makes sense, because I think season 5 is supposed to take place during the summer, because, like,
yeah.
The All Valley tournament, I believe, is, like, June, the end of the school year, I don't know.
During the summer, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that'll do it. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Gus, anything you'd like to plug?
We got the YouTube channel, GusBuster1024, same as the Instagram. Go follow it up, go subscribe. Yeah.
ML, anything you'd like to plug?
My YouTube channel, ML playing 4388. That's pretty much it.
Squidman, anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, just my YouTube channel, Anthonator The Squidman. Just remember, I'm no longer Squid Wario, but yeah. So yeah, just my YouTube channel, and more all I'm gonna say is that more content is gonna come soon.
Okay. Excuse me.
Same here.
So yeah, and for me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, DPX Solo. If you're on YouTube, go follow my podcast, DPX Talks, for about an hour. Link in the description. And of course, I'm on Twitch, Twitter. Got the MeCast Discord server down below. Yeah, we'll be back soon with another. I'll be back soon with another episode of DPX Talks for about an hour. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.